told by, Mr. Bowman that you're not gonna make a decision this evening.
Not till we talk to cities and towns, the organization that we belong to, see what they say. They attend all the meetings over at the State House, and so want to know what their stance is on it. So, I think all of us believe in the same thing that you believe in. So, but I'd like to have the county, see what they, make a stand, so.
I understand that entirely. I think it's, I guess maybe it's an issue of nervousness or fear to be the first one to step out and set the precedent. I don't know.
That could be part of it.
Yeah, because we were just at the council meeting this morning.
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't recognize
Oh,
you.
no, that's okay.
You are aware they're gonna have a meeting,
Yes, he was there.
you were there, they're going to have a meeting to discuss it.
I am aware of that. Yeah, I would just like to see, I guess, since it's just a resolution and it's not a law that we're trying to pass.
Right.
I guess I fail to understand why we wouldn't wanna make our position known.
I just, before we sign anything, I wanna know what they say.
Mhm.
And, yeah,
Well,
I think we all feel the same way about it. I know my police officers do, about pornography.
Is this being progress in the whole state? Or,
I can't speak to that question, I don't know. I know the problem is in the whole state,
yeah,
and of course, the problem with pornography is at every level.
yeah.
We're addressing it because of the context of the local school, but, is that me?
No, that's me.
But it's not a child issue, it's an adult issue that affects children. And so if we don't take a stand against that somehow, then the children are left defenseless, and they will be the victims.
Well, you can see where our saying is at as far as cities and towns, what we would be obligated to do once we adopt a resolution, we don't, I don't know, I can speak for Brad, but, I don't think we would wanna be the first one to adopt the resolution, but we need to be in line with other, either county, city, state, on up the ladder,
Well, I hear what you're saying, and I don't mean to sidestep the point, but to be the point person, or to be the point city,
Right,
would definitely be in our favor in something that was good and honorable and just.
right.
And so, I know that, I'm not sure what our budget is for advertising to put the word out there about Covington. I've been here just a year. I was born in Indiana, born up in Kokomo, but I'm a minister and I travel all around, so. But, we came to Covington because we liked the community, we liked the atmosphere, we liked the small town, I care about my neighbor, mindset. And so that's why we're very much in favor of this position, and want to encourage us to take that initiative to be the first one if necessary. So, but I appreciate your caution. I think caution is obviously appropriate.
What's your name, sir?
Michael Hunt, H-U-N-T.
Oh, okay.
Got my card still?
Yeah, your card.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Thank you.
and so I want to, it's a problem that hasn't really come to the forefront like it should have in terms of public awareness. I think we all know about pornography, but the effect that it's having, that there's actually an agenda out there by those who want to subvert the very tenets of the freedoms of our nation by infiltrating the minds of our children through this insidious and evil influence of pornography. And so, we know that, we know it's wrong. Question is, what we're gonna do to head it off. And so,
It won't be long, I know,
It won't be long.
right,
Well,
yeah,
you can count on my voice to
Okay.
stand for what's right.
okay,
And I'm not a perfect man, but I definitely have raised children. I know what it's like. We've had, when I was raising my children, we were down in Alabama. It was a small school system. And so we had direct input down there.
okay,
But, so thank you very much for your time.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen.
thank you,
God bless you. Make good decisions.
thank you.
Have anybody been to the State House on this, or?
Well, John has.
Like call the meeting to order. Linda, you have roll call
Mayor Crane,
here?
Councilmember Saltz.
Here.
Martin. Sayre.
Here.
Tanner.
Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes? Minutes stand approved. I did wanna report that Brad Keller will get the audio visual done probably before the next meeting. Have you talked to him any? Troy, have you talked to him?
Just been
Jeff?
busy. Last I knew, we were still waiting on one piece of equipment.
Okay, yeah. And he thought he'd get it here pretty quick. We have a order for a new mower. Park's in need of another mower. We have money left for the end of the year, enough to buy one.
Where's those for, Brad?
Park,
Park?
yep,
He definitely needs them over.
yep.
I'll make the motion that we, purchase this one.
Have a second.
I second that.
Okay, Joe. Josh?
Yes.
Justin?
Yes.
Joe?
Yes.
Bob?
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0. Patty's sick today, so. Have the 2022 salary ordinance, 2022-13. Salary ordinance for elected officials. And ordinance 2022-14, which is how street, sewer plant, and utility office employees get paid. And superintendents filling in.
This hasn't changed as in the past, has it? The percentage out of the street, water, sewer?
It's changed just a little bit, just adjusted it. Sewer and water are the same for Greg and Matt.
Right.
Motion for.
Yes, I do wanna mention, my salary, I'm not getting a raise. My salary is,
We're not on this anyway, you're not on, well, you're on.
no, elected officials.
Yeah, you're.
I'm not getting a raise, I'm making the same as I made for 15 years. But my insurance, by doing this, my insurance will be paid out of that instead of being paid to the insurance company, which will save the city $14,000 a year.
Well, we're just passing 22-13, right? First?
That is 2022-13.
Yeah. You need a motion for that then.
Yes,
I make a motion that we accept that 22-13.
have a second.
I'll second it.
Josh,
Yes.
Justin,
Yes.
Joe,
Yes.
Bob?
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0. 2022-14. Just the. How out of the street sewer plant, and utility office employees are paid out of street water and sewer.
Has anything changed on that from last year?
Only the, percentages have, Josh.
Okay,
Like sewer plants, superintendent employees are 50% sewer, 50% water.
Yep.
I think it was 60-40,
okay.
but since their, water has more money now, we changed that. And since we have we're doing a sewer project, it's a little bit less out of that.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Bob?
Yes.
Joe?
Yes.
Justin?
Yes.
Josh?
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0.
We'll need 3 separate, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, sign you guys
Here.
this one, and then we'll pass it down.
Start that.
Yeah, you got three.
They got 3.
I'll just wait till they.
You got 3 for the other ordinance 13.
Yeah, they've got
They got 'em?
I think you
Just make sure you got 3 13s and 3 14s.
I really did. Next thing, I have a resolution 2022-4. I was contacted week before last by the county commissioners, wanted to know if Covington had a housing project ready to be built. I told them we did. They got $1,498,920 from the READY grant, which is administered by the Indiana Economic Development Corporation, through Greater Lafayette Commerce. Greater Lafayette Commerce got 30 million, county got 1.498 million. And they said Attica wanted the whole thing. They said, we're gonna give half of it to Covington if you have a project ready to go. We have a project ready to go, so we got half the money. So Attica gets half the money, we get half the money for the Shiloh subdivision, which is the project ready to go. They have 47 houses in their, in Attica's plan. They don't have a plan yet, but, we have 42 houses and 5 duplexes. So it won't cost the city of Covington anything.
Well, it won't cost the city labor or anything like that, will it, Brad?
No,
No, city, street department?
we will bid it out. It's federal, grant money, so we will have to bid it out.
Including electric within the division?
No, the electric won't be bid out.
Okay, the city will have to put that in.
Right.
Okay,
But they'll get paid for it.
they'll get paid from this
Yeah.
grant,
Yeah.
okay.
And the other will be bid out for putting the manholes, water and sewer in.
Street and everything,
Yeah.
yeah.
So does the developer bid that out, or does the city of Covington?
The city of Covington.
Yeah.
City of Covington gets the money, it's administered by them.
So we'll have to get, bids on this
Take
stuff.
bids on it, yes.
Are they requiring any number of bids or just one or?
I don't know
two?
yet. We have to do all the grant work
Yeah,
with Greater Lafayette Commerce.
well, I would imagine they would make us do more than one
It's
bid.
the Indiana Economic Development Corporation
Yeah.
that we'll be dealing with, so I'm sure there'll be,
Oh, yeah,
at least 2 or 3.
yeah. Well, I don't see how, the city's not gonna be out any money on this, and it's gonna be developed. You got a deadline that says your project to end by 2026.
Yes,
That includes all the infrastructure, streets, sidewalk, curbs.
yes,
Storm sewer, water lines,
Yes.
sewer lines, the whole work
yeah,
by the end of 26.
yes.
Brad, my question with it is, whereas Covington has a housing project that has been engineered and is ready to be built, which is required to receive these grant funds, has the project been engineered? Because us as a council, we have not seen anything as
Yes.
far as engineering.
Yes,
Anything as far as the development of.
yeah,
So it has been engineered.
oh,
It
yeah,
is ready to go.
yeah. Yeah, Roger Azar with Deckard Engineering Services has completed all the work, and
Does that have to be submitted to them too, Brad, first?
yes,
Okay.
yes.
I think this is pretty much a no-brainer, to tell you the truth.
That's
If we're
nothing
not
else.
careful, we're gonna end up just like Attica. And they're in a world of hurt. Here before, it was the school that was holding us back, and why they wouldn't be for it, I have no idea. I have no idea. If we don't start getting some younger kids in this family, in this school system, we're gonna be in the same boat that Attica's in right now. they're thinking about doing their athletes that wanna play sports. They're wanting to either send them, anybody that wants to play sports can go to Sigurd, they can go to Fountain Central, or they can come to Covington. That's how they're gonna keep going, so you know what the school system's gonna happen up there.
I think the difference is nobody wants to move to Attica, people actually wanna move to Covington.
Well,
I mean,
that's,
Well,
Two different cities.
that's.
if we don't progress, we're gonna be just like these small towns around. I remember when all them had to consolidate because they didn't have people moving in. And we'll have the same thing if we don't keep moving forward. That's where we're gonna be in probably 10 years.
And we have been
And we've
moving
been,
forward.
Yes,
Because
we have.
we have a larger enrollment than Southeast Fountain for the first time in 67 years,
yeah,
so.
I take it you're making a motion, Joe?
I'll make a motion that we accept this
I'll second.
2022 full.
No,
Justin,
Yes.
Joe,
Yes.
Bob,
Yes.
motion passes 3-1.
will the other projects in the area that are potentially trying to develop have the opportunity to have part of this fund? Or is it just strictly gonna go to the Shiloh project?
It's what's developed, I mean, what's ready to go right now. Do you know of another one?
Well, weren't there other projects and other people in here questioning it the last time? Chumley's being one of them?
I don't know.
Well, they were here, they were asking
Chumley is
questions.
not, Chumley's not really been interested in getting his project ready to go. Has he?
He was when, he was asking you questions when the TIF was going through about if you were the only one that could apply for it, if they could apply for it, so that's
And
even the reason I
and-
questioned it is
And we
because-
said he could apply for a TIF,
Okay.
you know, I mean, he definitely could.
So is the subdivision part of the city? And it's part of the city already?
It is.
And so it doesn't, the city doesn't have to approve the subdivision?
Yes, yes,
And it hasn't yet?
it will have to be approved,
Okay, that was my
Yeah.
question, I didn't know, cause
Yeah.
I hadn't seen it in many
yeah.
minutes, so.
We have all the plans and electronically as well as the real plans. Justin signed those.
Josh did bring up a good point there that, you know, if somebody, I mean, you know, the county giving $748,000, whatever. If somebody was sitting down here that had something ready to go,
That's,
let's just use an example,
Mhm.
Shumley. He has all them lots out there by that pond laid out and everything. He'd be in the same situation you're in, right?
well, if he had it engineered,
That's, yeah, but I
Yeah.
mean, if he had it engineered, laid out in lots and everything,
Yeah.
platted and all that kind
Yeah.
of stuff.
Has it not been
He-
engineered? This project hasn't
I
been
don't
engineered?
think so. We approved the plan, but he didn't have his water and sewer and streets.
Well, I thought that's why he
laid
came
out.
in here, cause he had paid for it. Remember the bills he had a couple meetings
He,
ago?
he had paid for
Water,
some
sewer,
of
manholes.
the pipe. One, he paid for 3 manholes.
Yes,
And
I thought he had said, not here, but in a conversation, that he had it all engineered, that was the same thing you're talking about, I thought that's what he had said
I,
in a conversation, but.
I don't know.
Well, that's, that's something that could come up,
Yeah,
you know. I mean, if
Exactly.
they walk through that door tomorrow and say, here's my plans,
if he has his plans, he should bring them to us.
okay, and then where would we be on the $749,000 that they're giving to the
They
city?
said, do you have a project right now, ready to go? That's the reason we got it. Now, I don't know about Atticus,
Yeah,
so,
well, that's, you know, that's just something that we could be
Yeah.
faced with, you
Yeah.
know, or Shiloh could be faced with.
yeah.
You know, I mean, it could be such a thing as be split half for him, half for
Yeah.
Shiloh.
He's been, he hasn't been here to ask, about getting anything. If he had his streets ready to go, and they're in the city, and they're approved by us and entered into our system with LTAP, then we could possibly pay them for it.
Yeah,
And Margot's granddaughter lives out there,
yeah, I know.
sold a house to her
Yeah.
6 years ago.
Yeah.
And hasn't been interested in
That's right.
developing anything since.
Yeah, I know. No, I don't know where he's at on it.
You got the papers? Oh, you got them, okay. Carol?
They talked about that childcare too today, about from the Ready Grant. So
They have money
they'll-
for childcare too.
Who's they?
The commissioners or the Ready Grant. But they've got, you know,
And Brenda didn't seem to know a whole lot about it,
they need to find out, you know, if they wanna,
but I think that would be a pretty good idea too.
yeah, it would be.
Well, if you're wanting to have younger people come in here,
Pardon?
if you guys are talking about, Joe was saying about having younger families
Yeah.
come in here, childcare,
Yeah,
I can tell you, that, and we don't even have young kids, childcare is the biggest issue in
Yeah.
Covington. There is not enough.
and that's what, you know, they need to make that, you know, make it aware. I thought they'd talked to the superintendent and they weren't gonna do anything for families. They were talking about it for possibly the teachers.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying, if, you know, the city of Covington's developing things, that should probably be something,
Yeah.
especially if you wanna bring other businesses in here. City operated
Yeah,
childcare facility, licensed, the whole 9 yards. That would be, I mean, Attica, the childcare thing's just a big issue everywhere.
yeah, it is. We'll find out some more about it. Jerry, Mary, okay? Margot, Scott? Butch? Nothing?
Got a new neighbor yet?
No. But he did sell it. Jim Ratcliffe, that built the homes down at the golf course, is buying it. Taylor, he's gonna fix everything in the inspection report, correct?
And it's gonna be a single family home or
Yes.
single family?
Yeah, that's correct, isn't it, Taylor?
Yep.
Okay, yeah. So, it'll have to be a lot better.
Better now than it was 2 years ago.
Oh, I know. I'm sure,
Like so.
I'm sure he'll do it right, though. Greg?
Have you heard anything about the wastewater project? Where we at on that, or any updates on that?
Got the, clarifiers, the, design drawings back on the clarifiers, the submittals, on the UV disinfection. Have that back. So,
So it's still moving forward. It's just-
yeah,
The supply chain's not
Yeah.
good.
that's kind of the problem right now.
Okay. Well, I got a blower that's getting noisy down there. I think the bearings are probably starting to go out, so I have to get it repaired.
You'll have to get it repaired. It won't be in time for that.
So go ahead, I mean, it's starting to get pretty loud, so I'm gonna have to do something with that pretty quick.
Sure.
Yeah, just,
Oh, do you have anything else?
thank Justin, he took a little time out of his, day last week and went on a tour of my area responsibilities, so he kinda got an idea.
Okay,
When I bring up something, he knows what we're talking about now. So
Good.
I'd like to thank him for taking time out doing that.
Thanks for giving me a tour.
That's all I got.
okay, thank you. Tyler?
Nothing.
Jeff?
Well, today, Seth passed his interest test, and will be going to the ILEA Academy January 3rd. And we'll also be losing a great asset, great coworker, and a great friend who turned in his paper papers today that he'll be leaving our department. So Troy Alexander will be leaving us to go in Warren County. So it'll still be a pleasure working with an assisting company, our
Yeah.
department,
Yeah.
and seeing that pretty mustache. Once in a while. Troy's leaving in good standing with our department. We talked about his reasonings. I mean, if Troy wants to share those reasonings, he's more than welcome to, but I won't. So, it's up to you if you wanna.
We'll miss you, buddy.
Thank you.
You've been a real good one.
Work with Shannon to transition all the things I do to him and make sure he gets,
Do you have a date?
so there's comp time that's accumulated like that, and I don't know if that gets paid out in one check or if I just take comp time till it's gone.
I don't know about that. I think the comp time is just usable time, not payable time.
Okay, so then I've
Any
got,
vacation or anything like that. would
I've
be
got the personal day, I've got all my vacation for the year done, personal days, of course, you pay them off, but it'll be after my comp time's used up in
So it'll
January.
be January.
Yeah, it'll be mid 3 weeks.
He's got
probably.
he's got like 10, 11 and a half days.
I'll just put effective
Is what he's got.
mid-January,
Yeah,
and you're going where, I'm sorry.
Warren County.
Sheriff's Department.
Thanks, Troy.
So we'll be starting the application process very quickly. Try to get that spot filled.
How many years of service, sir?
10 years as a reserve and 6.5 full-time.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
You won't be you gonna move?
No.
Okay. So we'll see you.
Yep,
Okay.
I'll be around.
You have anything else, Shannon?
I do not.
Josh?
I don't have anything to that.
Justin?
Been working on getting the ordinances put on the website. I talked to Brad Murray last week, and we got a game plan going, so
Okay.
hopefully by the next meeting, we'll have that up.
Okay.
And, I added, if you look on the homepage of the website, if you scroll down about halfway, we put a widget on there that has the last 3 blog posts on the news site, so it's actually on the homepage now. And as it gets updated, like the last one will drop off and then the new one will come on, and it'll just always rotate, so it'll always be there. It's just, you can get to it a lot quicker that way.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Okay. Thanks, Justin. Joe?
Yeah, in the last, I don't know how many years now, but we've always only had one meeting in January, February, March. And I would like to make a motion that we do that again, starting in January.
Does anybody wanna second that?
I can go for that if something, one of our departments comes up and needs to have a get-together that we can do that, you know.
Right, we've always done that.
Yeah.
We will, I think, have a meeting the second Monday in January. If the consultant has the bids ready to go. We were successful with our community crossings grant. We got 333,000, so it was a good thing we rescinded the 178,000, cause we got an extra 145,000 for the same amount of roads.
Now, these guys that are coming in bidding, for the crossroads or whatever it is,
Community crossings.
community crossings, if they're coming in here, they'll have that ready for the second Monday in January.
Well, that's what I told the consultant, send them all the paperwork and we'll advertise it and have it ready to go.
And they'll both be bidding apples to apples.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, I don't have a problem with that.
Okay.
Hey Brad, with that,
Yes.
does that go to this year's community crossing project, so next year we can apply for it again?
We can apply for it, yes, next year.
So that'll
when-
fall on this year's business, next year we'll be able to
At
go
the,
back there another.
at the call, whenever it is, it'll probably be in June.
Okay.
Since we're gonna bid it out in January, I'm hoping they can get on it. You know,
Yeah.
Milestone had always done it in September or October.
Yeah.
I'm hoping they can do something in May or June,
Prior to June,
and,
yeah.
and then we can apply again if we know it's gonna get done.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, got a motion and a second. You made a second, right, Bob?
Yeah.
Okay, Josh,
Yes.
Justin,
Yes.
Joe,
Yes.
Bob,
Yes.
motion passes
And they'll be
4-0.
at 7 p.m. each of those Mondays,
Yes.
except for January, it'll be Tuesday.
Yes.
What's the date on January for the second one?
Third, I put a note in front of your seat.
I know, but that's for the first one. That's for the first
Well, the
one.
first,
It'll be
January
the
16th.
16th,
Put
16th
that on there.
at 5 o'clock.
at 5 o'clock.
Yes. Did you have anything else?
No, I just 16.
Bob?
Nothing.
Okay, Taylor?
Did we address the elections before I got here? We voted on election
Yeah.
change.
But did you get a copy of an ordinance?
Yes.
You do?
And I sent that this afternoon. I was trying to get Patty
You have the
to look at it,
ordinance?
but she's obviously out today.
She was out.
Yeah, that's what
Okay.
they said.
I've
I've got
got
a hard copy too, if you just wanna make copies of this.
Did you put it, send it to me, just to the city one, or?
I think it's the city, like I said, I've got a hard copy, each one. One copy of this. I just know it needs to be done today and filed.
Okay,
It's gotta be done by January, December 31st.
Yeah.
Got any prospects out there for the opening?
Nope. I do not.
When you gonna take applications?
As soon as I can
I'll be down.
enter, as soon as I hit enter on the computer. No, but I do need to have, as we know, the board works, reference some new policies that came across that we need to be implemented as soon as possible.
Okay. How
So,
soon do we need to do that?
the state is passing new SOP for, it'll be statewide across bar pursuit policy. It goes into effect January 1. Yeah, I just got it, yesterday.
Yeah, I just got it from the academy.
So they can double dip.
Well,
Sometimes you can get two different.
we might wanna do that the 3rd or the 16th. Well, no, we got both.
Usually you have 20 years.
Well, we might wanna do it tonight.
what is it?
We gotta have ready.
New guidelines have come across the state, which is taught statewide. It's reference our pursuit policies that go into effect statewide January 1.
Okay,
So will we have to adopt an ordinance for that?
It'll just, it's basically an SOP for our department,
Okay.
procedures.
And Board of Works can take care of that.
Yes.
okay, this,
You put the Regis tonight?
what?
Well, it's dated.
We've already voted
Yeah,
on
we
it.
already voted
It's
on
dated
it.
for the December meeting, the 5th.
Oh, yeah,
So this
we've
is-
already done that.
This is the written version of what you voted on the 5th. So certainly read it, make sure.
Here.
Pay a raise in my utility.
We're doing away with it.
Hey, Justin.
Yeah.
Put 2022-15. We already voted on it, so you sign it. Josh, you don't sign it, so.
Next year, there'll be municipal elections, 3-year term, and then 2026, so he's back to 4-year term. So to run alongside the federal county election, so the city's not holding their own.
Is there any chance that the city can get away from this section precinct thing? And have all at-large seats?
We talked about that, but
Yeah.
you could do that, but then those precincts don't have a representation if you do away with it.
Right, but
Like
it's,
if you do three large or whatever like that, then, you know, people in the district, whatever, who do they call?
whoever wants. This is a small enough town, we're not talking about Chicago, Danville. You know, and it probably is the same thing now, I mean, you know, there's been in the past where people wouldn't answer in their precinct, so they had to go to somebody else, you know, so.
That's kind of the way it is now, even though somebody lives downtown.
Saying that, I'm on the top line.
Well, I know Patty, she was like, a few years ago, was all over that,
Yeah.
making every seal.
So you guys voted that
I was
over?
just curious, since I wasn't here for that.
We didn't do, we kept we don't know how the other's gonna work out anyway. 3 years. But, what? How many you gotta do? 3.
I'm gonna say that top and then bottom. Here, do that.
Well, this will.
Can I bring these down to you tomorrow, Taylor? That be okay? Okay. I'll run down in the morning.
I bet you know.
I'll walk it. Depends on if I have a coat on or not. I went to the bank today and was like, ooh.
Meeting's adjourned.